This section is called Competition for Men. Aisha, a college student, heard that a happy couple on campus better watch out because some of the sisters were supposedly friends would thrive on the challenge of taking your man. At her college, sisters outnumbered the brothers 2-to-1 freshman year, 3-to-1 sophomore year, and by senior year, the odds for a sister to have a long-lasting college relationship or prospect was slim unless she decided to date someone in freshman or sophomore class. Campus life was relatively simple until she became involved in a serious relationship. Before Aisha started dating Raheem, a campus football player with a muscular build and a rugged short dreadlock twist, she and her girlfriends always had something to say about Raheem, and he became a subject of common conversation among them. After a campus dance, Aisha hung out with Raheem, and the two of them became an item. Aisha's girlfriends grew envious of her. When they saw Raheem riding around campus on his motorcycle, they would flag him down at every available opportunity and feed negative information about Aisha to him. Any girl talk was repeated. For example, Raheem began to question Aisha about an old boyfriend in her hometown. Aisha began to feel that Raheem no longer trusted her and felt defensive, even though she was faithful to him. When she turned to her girlfriends to discuss her concerns about Raheem, they would roll their eyes and utter a disconcerting sigh, signaling that they did not want to hear what she had to say. Raheem informed Aisha that he couldn't see her anymore because he did not feel the same way about her as she did him. Aisha began counseling to have someone to talk to because she couldn't handle the rejection and betrayal she was feeling inside. She was devastated because within days of the breakup, she saw Raheem with her friend Gloria riding on the back of his motorcycle. Feeling that she was the source of ridicule, Aisha began to show signs of the invincible black woman syndrome. She felt compelled to appear strong in front of her friends, even though she had trouble disguising the hurt. Her image on campus was most important. She held angry feelings toward Gloria for stepping into a relationship with Raheem so quickly after the breakup with him. Aisha confronted Gloria face-to-face privately, and Gloria was non-apologetic, saying she had her eye on Raheem first. Then Aisha went off on Gloria, called her names, and pushed her out of the way as she made her exit. At first, Aisha and Gloria weren't speaking to one another. Then Aisha noticed Raheem riding on campus with a new girlfriend. Aisha and Gloria got together and compared notes, and they realized that they both were probably better off without him. The two girlfriends are working on overcoming the scars of the past and restoring their friendship. Women well beyond the college years continue on a path that is not sisterly. Many sisters who have a goal of creating such drama in relationships start out pretending to be your friend. They know your man, so they will be sweet and nice to you while they will continue to inch closer to your boyfriend. When you question him about this woman, he'll accuse you of being paranoid and defend her sincerity. He may even suggest that you try to be friends with her. Then one day the phone rings. It's the sister who was supposed to be your friend. Now she wants to tell you what happened. Officially, the drama has begun. The type of person who does this hates herself, and when you dislike yourself, you lack compassion for your sister. I'm going to read one more section from this chapter, and this is supporting a sister in need. Is it our anger over unfair conditions that makes us so competitive with one another sometimes? Often women don't lend support to one another in the simplest forms. Gavin D. Becker commented in his book, Gift of Fear, I encourage women to ask other women for help when they need it, and it's likewise safer to accept an offer from a woman than from a man. Unfortunately, women rarely make such offers to other women, and I wish more would. In the Women in Anger survey, sisters discussed difficult times when there were no supportive sisters around to help them. The inability to ask for support from others led these sisters to fall into the invincible black woman syndrome, suffering from stress-related conditions. There are troublesome times in sisters' lives when they need love and support. Sometimes sisters don't offer assistance to other sisters in need, and when a sister is in the IBW syndrome, she doesn't know how to accept help from another sister. Cheryl, a 25-year-old chef who lives in Cleveland, complained, my friend Renee was feeling depressed, and I asked her to join me for a getaway weekend. I tried to be supportive to her, but her boyfriend constantly interfered with our plans. I didn't like him, and he couldn't stand me. When I called to pick her up for the getaway weekend, she told me that her boyfriend said that she couldn't go. I had already paid for her plane ticket, so I went off and told her she was going. Cheryl was at Renee's condo waiting to pick her up when her boyfriend came over and went upstairs to talk to Renee. Cheryl was furious because she could tell by the way he glared at her that he planned to prevent Renee from leaving. Renee came downstairs and quietly told Cheryl that although she wanted to go with her, her boyfriend said she couldn't leave, and she was developing a headache. Cheryl told her girlfriend that she was behaving stupidly and that she'd better reimburse her for the plane ticket. Renee typifies a woman who's in the IBW syndrome because she has difficulty communicating her feelings and desires. In this case, she set aside her personal feelings to please her boyfriend. Women like Renee often experience symptoms such as headaches, which is a characteristic of the IBW syndrome because they repress their true feelings, sacrificing their personal health and wellness. I'm going to go towards the end of this book, chapter 10, which is spiritual release, and start with a quote from Queen Afua. Yes, it's okay to cry because tears make you whole. They're a libation to the spirit, a washing of the soul, a renewal. Our increasing reliance on technology contributes to the IBW syndrome, depression, and going off. With advances in technology, there are more conveniences than ever before to make our homes more comfortable. Computers and the internet offer us the world at our fingertips. We can keep in touch with one another at all times through cellular phones, pagers, and other data devices. All of these conveniences are supposed to make life easier, but simultaneously they make it more difficult. Women find more ways to confirm their suspicions about men by tracking them down with every electronic device available. Sierra realized that she got along much better with her boyfriend when she didn't call him on his cell phone and pager throughout the day. I really didn't need to call him 5 or 6 times a day. He was becoming a little annoyed with me, and the mystique about me that attracted him in the first place was disappearing. I was becoming a person with no life other than to track him down somewhere. With everything technology has to offer, if we haven't connected with our spiritual path, we are at risk of feeling empty with a profound sense of loss that often leads to anger and depression. Connect with your spiritual path. Increasing spirituality requires time alone, which we often try to avoid. Solitude can teach us to validate ourselves and satisfy our needs, providing us with time to stop listening to the voices of people who think they know what's best for us. Time spent alone can help us restore energy and that we give to everyone else. Spiritual time helps pull us out of the invincible BlackWoman syndrome and recover from stress. We are often so busy taking care of others that we forget to honor ourselves. Take a long look in the mirror. What do you tell yourself when you look in the mirror? Do you like what you see? Tell yourself to accept and feel good about who you are. Dedicate time to relax and replenish your mind and your body. I'm going to read the last paragraph in this book about solutions and new perspectives on anger. Sisters are in need of healing from emotional wounds from childhood traumas as well as stress from adulthood. Healing from anger is a good reason for performing a rite. We are a spiritual people, and spirituality honors the sacredness within. If we use a clear mind to look at painful situations, we can see that discomfort is often a direct indicator that our experience contains a powerful lesson for us. Unpleasant as they may be, such lessons are necessary for personal growth. Going off and losing control can be our soul's way of getting our attention. When we go off, we are confronting our pain and responding to it. These are signals that change is needed in an area of our life. Health problems related to the IBW syndrome offer warning signs that we need to change our coping mechanisms. By recognizing our triggers and behaviors, we can reshape our perspective and ultimately respond better to situations. So this is an excerpt from the book, Going Off. And do we do questions at the end? Keep going and do questions at the end, is that okay? Okay, so next I'm going to introduce Noreen Palmer. It's my daughter, who, as I said, I believe in each one, teach one, and she has movement with her poetry. And I'm going to read a poem that she can explain what this poem is about, and then I'll read it. What page is that now?